At your direction this morning, we've mobilized the D.C. National Guard. It'll be operationalized by the Secretary of the Army.
This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back.
At your direction as well, sir, there are other units we are prepared to bring in. Other National Guard units, other specialized units. They will be strong.
We have another Trump presser I wanted to cover full of lies, ignorance, and mental decline. So take a moment, leave us a like on the video if you can. It helps us out a ton. It gets us out there in the algorithm. And let's see what fact checks we can provide.
This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening.
Trump is again trying to federalize a local police force and deploy the National Guard into a blue state or city where, if anyone thinks this is happenstance and he's not just targeting his political enemies, of the top 5 highest murder rates, 8 of them are red states. Most guns and gun crimes come from red states. They have demonstrably higher murder rates in red cities like Jacksonville, Florida, than blue cities like LA, California. This is, again, he is just going after blue states. Why is not a red one? Why isn't it happening in any red state, right? This is the authoritarian weaponization of the military and police against your political enemies. This is a key facet of fascism. Mind you, again, everything these clowns pretend Joe Biden was doing, while also pretending he has dementia, but, don't think too hard into it or it won't make any sense. Trump is now doing times 10, and these clowns have literally nothing to say about it.
City Council adopted no cash bail. By the way, every place in the country where you have no cash bail is a disaster. That's what started the problem in New York, and they don't change it. They don't want to change it. That's what started it in Chicago. I mean, bad politicians started it, bad leadership started it, but that was the one thing that's central: no cash bail. Somebody murders somebody and they're out on no cash bail before the day is out. We're going to end that in Chicago. We're going to change the statute.
So let's take the time and debunk this. First off, nobody is getting no cash bail for murder. Murderers get denied bail for being perceived a threat to the public safety. This is juvenile and a dumb point. Also, there's no correlation between bail reform and crime, even in the specific cities he mentioned. In 22 cities where these have happened, analysis shows no increases in crime have been found a year after. In Illinois, it dropped a year after. But yeah, Chicago or whatever he said. In New Jersey, it dropped for decades, for years following cashless bail being put into play. Pre-trial jail population also declined over 40% in New Jersey. It's declined in every city this has been enacted, while court attendance does not. For those who don't know, housing a single pre-trial detention inmate could cost as much as $200 a day to a county. So this saves substantial money to the taxpayers, and cash bail also has substantial racial and economic disparities in who it affects the greatest. It's almost like Trump is just lying here to further racism.
At your direction this morning, we've mobilized the D.C. National Guard. It'll be operationalized by the Secretary of the Army, Dan Driscoll, through the D.C. Guard. You will see them flowing into the streets of Washington in the coming week. At your direction as well, sir, there are other units we are prepared to bring in. Other National Guard units, other specialized units. They will be strong, they will be tough, and they will stand with their law enforcement partners. This is nothing new for DOD. As the President noted, at the border, we've got 10,000 troops down there who've been operating in defense cooperation areas, defense zones, where there's zero illegal crossings because of troops on strikers scanning the border. We've been protecting other people's borders for 20 years. It's about time we protect our own. And we're working with ICE and CBP. In Los Angeles, we did the same thing.
Right, they did this in California against the 10th Amendment where nothing substantial was happening to call for it. Any minor instances were handled by local law enforcement. Less than 1% of the city was even protesting. And again, all under control. Where you went in, the federal troops went in and escalated to the point of conflicts, riots, tear gas being needed to be deployed, fires, all of this, all for literally nothing. Again, mind you, where we are now doing this to DC because, oh yeah, because they're blue on the map, because Trump wants to exert this kind of dictator level force anywhere he can. Anyone on board with this is just showing their hand and being a partisan hack. They will defend anything at this point. The idea that like the military walking the streets rights in states that didn't even ask for it is like normal and democratic and not fascism is insane. To actually see this playing out, it's worse than I told you so. It's like we should all be worried. And I don't know, like why not just address the root causes of crime if you're that concerned with it rather than trying to fascism your way into compliance? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.